this. I knew it! Ooh, Cinder. Hi everyone and welcome back to another episode. I'm londibridges and today we're back with some more Beacon Pines because I am officially obsessed. I really want to know what's going on because all I think about what's happening in Beacon Pines, who's in on it, who do we trust, is our grandma even safe to hang out with? So without further ado, let's just dive in. Okay, so last time we met back at the creepy Gave the Old Valentine place actually. So let's finally see what they're up to in there. So who all lives in that house? Eris and Gus Valentine grew up there. And Solomon moved in a few years back. A creepy little kid in the vest. That sounds like the one. So just 3 people live in that huge thing. But a bunch of shady stuff happens all the time in a place like that. It's surprising that Beck literally lives next door and she hasn't seen everyone. Not really, the Valentines pretty much keep to themselves. So it's empty and boring. Pretty much. But maybe they're in on everything that's going on, so maybe they're not that boring. What a waste. Mom says that it used to be way busier, back before Sharper died. Who's Sharper? Before the foul harvest. Okay, that's like the 5th time someone's mentioned this foul harvest thing. And you all use that same ominous tone. Eventually you're going to explain to me how that harvest got all fouled up. But we can't keep my parents waiting anymore. This way. Oh, we're going to dinner. Do you think we'll be able to like sneak off and actually go into the house? Because I want to see that house so bad. Most kids would have just ditched me by this point. Why are you still here? Because we're friends. You look like you could use some help. Aw. You know what, Luca? You're not so bad. Let's get through this as simply as possible. Just eat, smell, and nod. I can do that. Fun. Great, whatever you do, don't bring up their work. I think I can handle that.
Beck took a long breath, then gave a firm nod.
Let's do it, Beck. Here goes nothing.
Chapter 4. Dinner with the Moodwills. Ilona Moodwill was worried about change. A gardener at heart, she understood the necessity of change, relied on it even. But there was a difference between the controlled world of her plants and this cluttered cottage in a strange town. Almost done. Nellie was a blur of activity, digging through boxes. Sorry, love. Couldn't find the dishes. We'll have to make do with paper plates.
Oh, that's totally fine.
Dinner went by without much conversation. As she watched Beck and Luca finish up their pizza, Ilona let herself relax into the chair. The things she cared about were still here. Nellie finally had the job of her dreams. Beck was beginning to take root. Ilona's task was simply to tend to them. She could do that.
I guess it's always hard to start a new place. So Luca, tell us a bit about yourself. Where do you live? Oh, I live with my grandma. Over on the other side of the river. Your grandma, where are your parents at? Beck, manners. It's alright. My dad passed away in an accident of the fertilizer plant 6 years back. Oh dear. Mom's been missing for a few months now. Like, missing?
Luca's eyes were fixed to his plate, pushing a chunk of pineapple around with his finger. Nellie was the one who eventually broke the silence.
Luca, how did you like the pizza? Oh, it was good. Very good. Oh, poor thing. Normally would have put more effort into dinner.
Ilona nervously gestured toward the boxes.
You aren't fully settled in. Beck has mentioned that it's your favorite. That's really sweet, though. I'm sorry, are we just skipping the part where he said his mom was missing? Beck. I'm sorry, Luca. This move has us all a little tired.
Luca wiped his face with his sleeve.
No, it's fine. So Beck said you moved here for work.
Beck gave Luca a swift kick under the table.
And if I remember correctly from the little newspaper girl, I think her name was Dawn. One works in Valentine's, and the other person works for Perennial Harvest. So if they work for Perennial Harvest, do you think they would know more information about what's going on there? Because we all know they are not what they seem. Ow. I mean, what brought you to Beacon Pines? Smooth. Oh, you're right the first time. We're here for work. Nellie won't tell you this, but she's a brilliant chemist. I don't know about brilliant, but I do love it. So maybe she's Perennial Harvest. She's brilliant. Perennial Harvest just made her their newest lead researcher of deep engineering. Wow, that's a fancy title. She makes it sound more impressive than it is. No, it is impressive. I'm just happy that I get to make a difference in the world. Aww. Perennial Harvest is at the forefront of evolving agriculture. Something more useful than sprinkling water and excrement on the ground.
Luca glanced over to Beck. She seemed to be holding her breath.
The one thing that really bothers me is, since we have to keep going back in time, changing these timelines, we don't know what we know from the other timeline. So we obviously know Perennial Harvest is not what it seems. And she's working there, so maybe she's not as nice as she appears. She has to know something. What Nellie means, Luca, is that there are different ways to grow plants. Yeah, some people talk to their plants and hope for the best. Other people happily leave their job to allow a loved one to pursue their dream. Okay, a little hostility. You swore you didn't.
Beck slammed her fist into the table, perhaps harder than she intended.
Hey, Luca, how about some dessert? I actually have to meet my friend Rolo soon.
Luca glanced outside to gauge the time.
You
The
can come
sky
back.
was darker than he expected, filled with ominous clouds.
Well, there's a storm brewing. I should get going. Oh, I didn't think there was any rain in the almanac. Yeah, almanacs aren't that useful around here. I think the last time I thought of an almanac was for, Back to the Future.
Luca wiped his mouth one last time with his napkin and started to get up.
Thank you all for the pizza. It really was good. See you at the festival, Beck. BFFs right there. It's a little coin. Wait up. I'll walk you home. Oh, you're so sweet.
Surprised, Luca turned around. He knew Rollo could be prickly around new people,
I feel like they get along really well.
but Beck seemed cool. Rollo would warm up to her eventually. Probably.
He will. Luca began to respond, but the sky answered for him as the clouds above began to... I'm gonna try to break. Maybe the
Luca
sun will come
began
out.
to respond, but the sky answered for him as the clouds above began to break, revealing patches of star-filled summer night.
Oh, wow.
Moonlight filtered down, shimmering in the treetops.
That's pretty. Sure, you can meet Rollo. You're not going home? No, I promised Rollo I'd tell him
Luca
about...
stopped himself mid-sentence.
Promise tell him what? I guess it's best not to involve Beck this time. Spit it out, bub. We're thick as thieves now. Is it a juicy secret? You gotta tell me. That's so mean. Okay. Are we really gonna do it? Come to the treehouse and I'll tell you both what happened. Heck yeah. Does Beck already know where the treehouse is?
Luca saw Beck skulking by the gate.
Are we going in? So you're telling me there's nothing mysterious or creepy about this place? Oh, 100% there is. It's mostly boring and empty. We're polar opposites, Luca. I refuse to believe that. Big spike gate, looming mansion, rich reclusive owners. Even smells shady.
Beck grabbed the wrought iron bars and shook the gate.
Ooh. Mark my words, you decadent nightmare house. You will reveal your secrets to me. Oh, no way! Is someone coming? There's no way that opened it. What did you do? First of all, I told you so. Second, hide. Eris. I knew it! There has to be something. That's Eris Valentine. Who's that she's talking to? Shh. Expect to return that suit in working order, of course. As long as everything proceeds as planned, there's nothing to worry about. The only thing I'm worried about is what's rightfully mine. Could they possibly, the Valentines be possibly behind it because they just want their glory back? That means making some unsavory alliances, so be it. Huh. Couldn't agree more. There comes a time to suspend hostilities. I'll deal with our common threat. Please don't be us. Now this is what I'm talking
Beck's
about.
voice was an excited whisper.
Proper shady stuff. Can we keep our voices down? Someone in a suit like that tried to grab me yesterday. Seriously? Shh. You do understand that when this all inevitably fails, I will deny everything? I wouldn't expect any less of you. Dang. You just worry about your part in this and let me handle the rest. What part could it be? I can't wait to see the look on that Rube cursed face. Yes, the truth will come to light. I'm so surprised you're so confident with the potential collateral damage. I'm not sure who I feel like is really behind this. A Kerr obviously is involved, we know that. Eris Valentine is involved now at least. So maybe she's trying to either hurt the town that hurt her family, or two, just take down Perennial Harvest. So her family name can go back to glory. Or she's trying to make the museum come up that way. You know, maybe something sketchy will happen in the museum. I have no idea, but I want to know. If there's one thing I've learned, it's that change is painful. Wow, that's something shady. That's just flat out supervillain talk. If you don't mind me asking, why are you doing all of this?
The mysterious figure retracted their mask, hair pushing out from all corners.
Who is it? Don't be Grandma. Wait, Grandma?
A chill ran down Luca's spine, his vision blurred. Beck stifled a sharp wince, and Luca looked down to see himself wrenching her hand.
What? An answer I can certainly respect. But they kidnapped us, and we died.
Gran tousled her hair back under the face mask.
Just remember, keep everything nice and normal until the festival. I don't need lessons in rousing suspicion.
Gran gave Eris a curt nod and disappeared into the night.
I can't believe Gran's in on it, no. She can't. Please don't, Gran.
Chapter 5. What big ears you have. Lucas sat shivering in the bushes, staring at his feet. After checking to make sure the coast was clear, Beck gave him a gentle tug on his sweater.
Yeah, I think we need to cheering up after that. What's wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost. Actually, our grandma. Are we so scared of that old lady in the hazmat suit? That was my gran. That was your gran. Yeah. Okay, well, would that be like your exit to leave? Okay, bye, Luca. I'm sure there's a perfectly reasonable explanation for all of this. Let's just get to the treehouse and figure things out there. Lead the way. Okay, I meet up with Rolo. I'm not sure what Gran is doing. Because I really don't think she's bad. Maybe, the only other thing I could think of is... like, maybe she's trying to infiltrate them? Because the person that grabbed us did not have, like, her hair behind her. The last time, there's nothing to worry about. Of course we're not worried.
The clipboard finished writing with a scratchy flourish and looked up.
All these sketchy people are out and about today. Just dotting her I's and crossing her T's. Well, maybe try minding your P's and Q's.
Mr. Nuncreed, arms crossed over his paunch, gave an exhausted sigh.
If there's anything you need to know, and you'll know it. Absolutely. You have to sign here acknowledging everything's accurate. It'll be out of your hair in a flash. Oh, for the love of...
He snatched the pad and scribbled his name so hard the pen nearly snapped.
Jeez, Nuncreed. There. Would you like my eternal soul as well?
The clipboards looked at each other for a moment,
Like,
almost pondering the possibility.
Nah, we're good.
Then broke into laughter as they walked away.
Haha. Y'all are so sketch. Okay, we're gonna avoid him. You know what? I'll just talk to him. We'll see what you got. Hi, Mr. Nuncreed. Luca, let me give you some advice. Next time someone you don't know asks to hear your thoughts, give them a good hard bop right in the kisser. My grandma tells me to just keep away from the clipboards. That's good, that's good. Her grandma is a smart lady, Ruka. Speaking of which, you better run along home now. Too dark out to be wandering on your own. I literally have Beck with me. And obviously, I don't also trust you, so I will do as I please. he was talking about.
William Kerr and Gus Valentine proudly surveyed the half-covered festival banner.
It's all coming together quite nicely. Could have done it without you.
The mayor gave a half-hearted shrug.
Not so sure about that. I think he was like a management duty, kind of just watching people. Nonsense. That reminds me, I wasn't able to thank your sister for her contributions. Yes, she has been indisposed of late. She doesn't like me, does she? Oh no, that's not it at all. She's just busy. Of course. Nah, she doesn't like you. We know for a fact. Regardless, I would be forever grateful if you could pass my thanks on to her. The History Museum adds a real air of import to the whole affair. And we couldn't very well celebrate the story of Beacon Pines without including the Valentines. My father was a great man. Darn tootin' he was.
Kerr locked his arm on Gus's shoulder.
I don't like Kerr's face. He just seems evil. I mean the entire Valentine family. Present company included. Can I ask you something, Mr. Kerr? Call me William. Ask away. William, why are you doing all of this? Gosh, I never felt one needed a compelling reason to throw a party. Not just the festival. All of this. Is he in on it too? There's gotta be 100 down on their luck towns out there. Why is Perennial Harvest so invested in helping Beacon Pines? That is an excellent question, bro. You know what I love most about the agriculture business? Seeds. Seeds. You have little bundles of potential. Is like the seed bundle potential? What do you mean?
With a glimmer in his eye, Kerr gestured grandly toward the horizon.
We trust a seed, right? Nurture it, feed it. It can grow into something truly special. You see potential here. Undoubtedly. The seed of greatness is already under our feet. Is that like maybe where they're getting the ooze? Like it's like a natural resource or something? All it needs is a little nudge. And the right leadership, of course. Oh. Good night, Mayor Valentine. Between Mayor Valentine and Eris Valentine, I feel like Eris Valentine knows more than Mayor Valentine. He seems like he does not know anything in terms of like special things going on. Oh, this is nice. Yeah, the tree is just a little further on from here. What's your buddy Rolo like? Rolo? He's Rolo. Not particularly helpful. Sorry, I've just never thought about it. Lots of energy. He's funny even when he's not trying to be. Things have been tough for his family since the foul harvest. It's about the same time you tell me what this foul harvest thingy is. It's a kind of long story. Hit me with the highlights. Okay. There used to be a fertilizer company here called Valentine's. They were kind of a big deal. Ooh, big deal fertilizer. It's a big deal to us. Their stuff really worked. Farmers loved it. So I guess we're also an agricultural society also here then. So Valentine's grew and grew. Beacon Pines pretty much grew around it. It was everyone in town either worked for Sharper Valentine or used his fertilizer. Or do you think the goo is also some part of the fertilizer, like a mixture of it? They're trying to steal it or something. Things were good. And sensing a big but, 6 years ago, Sharper Valentine suddenly died. And something changed. Changed how? Could have been a bad batch. Oh. Maybe it's in the water or air or soil. Nobody knows. All the crops died. And everyone blamed the Valentines. Foul harvest. Yeah. Valentine fertilizer went out of business. Half the town lost their jobs. Sheesh. Next year the crops came back when something was different. You plant a crop, do everything right, and it's sort of a crapshoot when it happens. And no one knows why. Nope. I'm not sure, so the fertilizer's working well. Sharper Valentine dies. And then all of a sudden, plants won't grow. I take it Rolo's farm got the short end of the stick. Yeah, for some reason their farm is hit harder than others. That sucks. Things have gotten better since Perennial Harvest came to town. Beacon Pines Reborn Initiative. Yep. First thing they did was give the town a deep scrub. They even put us up in hotels one town over for a week while they decontaminate the groundwater. This seems fishy. It reminds me of Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, part 2 of the movie, when the machine actually creates fruit animals, and this guy from San Fran something, this crazy named city comes, and he's all like, well, start cleaning up the city as soon as you guys leave. And obviously he's trying to find his invention. So I think obviously they must know something was interesting here, and maybe they were just trying to get people out for a week. We better get going. I don't trust perennial harvest at all. Hey! It's nice to see you again, bud. It's about time. I was about to give up and go home. Who's a new kid? Name's Beck. You must be Rolo. I see my reputation precedes me. Welcome to Mission Control. You'll find we've spared no expense in construction. Seeing worse looking piles of junk. Dang, Beck. We try. Thanks. Hey, Luca, you know the security concerns we talked about? Yeah. While I was waiting, I made some improvements. Let me lock this baby down for a little test infiltration. Can't be too safe these days. Is it the machine you made? Is it MCDC? I could be making that up. So cute. Okay. Alright. He goes all out, doesn't he? Always. Let's take this. Let's see if we can. Bam. Did we do it? Bam. 2 for 2. Alright. Ooh, alright. Moving target. Alright, let's see. And go. Oh. Not even close. Just gonna swim here. Okay, I can do it. Huh. 2 feet away from it. Alright, let's do it. Where did you guys get all this junk in the first place? There's a guy in town named Jeff who trades us junk for snacks. Junk food for junk. Nice. It's a good deal. So, pretty sweet security, right? Just imagine if I'll give you that. Luca, are we sure we can trust the new recruit? I'll vouch for her. She's cool. Thanks, I guess. Okay, Luca, you promised to fill me in about the Valentine warehouse. We have so much more than the Valentine warehouse to talk about.
Luca sucked in a long breath.
So like I said, there was someone there. What were they doing? I don't know, but the place was lit up and active. Maybe they were squatters? Definitely not. I don't think so. It seemed more organized. The man pulled me in. I saw some sort of equipment running. A man pulled you in? Yeah, but it got away. He's saying it was a man. Oh, yeah. I honestly don't think it was her grandma, though. You're wearing a mask, right? Yeah. Then it could have been a woman. How did you get away? I grabbed a rock or something, broke their mask. They let go and I ran. Dang. That's intense. No wonder you freaked out when you saw your grandma. Yeah, that's the other part. On our way here, Becca and I saw Air's Valentine meeting in Grand. Wearing the same sort of hazmat suit.
Rollo let out a low whistle.
I honestly don't think... It can't be our grandma. I love our grandma. And they weren't there for idle chit-chat. It was a proper clandestine meetup. Clandestine? Is that it? Is that right? So let me get this straight. There's an operation in full swing at the Valentine warehouse. You were almost abducted by a strange man or woman in a protective suit. And then you saw your grand in the same suit talking to Air's Valentine. Pretty much. Summed it up well. Begin to think this town is kinda awesome.
Rollo and Luca shot back a look.
No offense. And so we can logically conclude aliens or alien zombies have infiltrated the town. No, I don't think that's a conclusion. And their leader is your grand trying to murder you. I don't think she did, though. First of all, and for the last time, there are no aliens. Second, it couldn't have been my grand at the warehouse. I broke that person's mask to get away. The mask Grand was wearing wasn't damaged. Unless she got a new one from Air's Valentine. But She's definitely hiding something. Yes, she is. But I don't know if she, like, our mom is missing. Is that her daughter? Because I don't think she would, like, hurt her daughter. Maybe. Your gran is weird, but she might be the most boring person in the universe. If only you know what we've seen. All she does is sit around all day making jam. Secret jam. What could she possibly have to hide? I don't know. We haven't talked much since she moved in. Your gran isn't from here. You know, she came a few months back to take care of me after his mom went missing. Also, his mom went missing before his grandma got there. But his grandma would want to figure it out, I feel like. Did you know your gran before? Not really, no. Oh. It's been years since I've seen her. Luca, don't take this the wrong way. But are we sure your gran is on the up and up? Now I'm not so sure. Is that even our real grandma?
Luca gazed out the window.
I'm just saying. It sounds like strange stuff has been happening since she showed up. We could say the same thing about your family. Ooh, but you're right. Luca, your gran is hiding something. And Paul always says, folks only bury stuff worth digging up. I like that saying. We need to investigate your house. If my gran really is hiding something. Don't you think I would have noticed by now? What about that room in the house that we can't open? It's kind of the whole point of hiding something. I guess you're right. Gran's been leaving the house for hours at a time this week. I'll call you two tomorrow when the coast is clear. We can start getting to the bottom of this. Yes, please! I'm excited. I'm always game for a good snoop. You can count me in. Snoop team.
Chapter 6.
Where we at?
Secret lair.
Ooh,
Summer
I like that.
forged ahead, but the nights only seemed to grow colder. Luca walked home slowly under the pale starlight, cautious to avoid any more surprises lurking in the shadows.
Okay.
Reaching home, he slipped quietly into bed, half dreading what they might discover the next day.
It's like grandma isn't there. What time is it? I gotta change real quick. Cute. What time is it? Okay, I'm coming. Hello. Hey, guys. Rolo, what on earth is that? It's sure like Rolo. Ridiculous thing on your head. Oh, this. It helps me think. I don't think it'd be sure like Rolo. About Rolo Holmes. That's it. Rolo Holmes. We're gonna need a lot more of those. Joke all you want. We'll see who's laughing when I crack this case wide open. The coast is clear. Yeah, whatever she's been up to this week, it's been keeping her busy most of the day. Very well. The game's afoot.
Luca and Beck rolled their eyes as Rolo strutted across the room.
If I were a gran, where would I hide my deepest, darkest secrets? I love the music. Perhaps where you might least expect it. I think that's what most people do.
Flung open the cabinet with confidence.
That's Spallin.
He
Aha!
coughed as a veil of dust hit his face.
I think it's safe to assume anything that dust isn't what we're looking for. Fair. Maybe that's what she wants you to think. Then again, any good detective knows not to trust their first hunch. First hunches are for suckers. I don't know if it's downstairs. I feel like it might be upstairs, if there is anything. Eureka! She lit a fire in order to burn the evidence. She keeps that fire going every day, Rolo. Drat, it may already be too late. Just think of the mounds of documents lost to ash. Okay. I'm gonna stop you right there. Can't we just think for a moment? Luke, is there anywhere Gran doesn't want you to go? Yeah. The closet upstairs? Yeah, I knew it. It had to be upstairs. So maybe it stands to reason that we should check there first. No dice, it's locked. Well. Look who stands to reason now. I have no idea where the key is. If it really is important, then she probably keeps it with her. That's fair. Anywhere else? She has her berry bushes. Who has ever thought, I am going to take this important thing and huck it in a bush? True. Anything else? Maybe something else out of the ordinary. Huh. So she's usually outside They're upstairs with locked doors. Well, she is always worried I'll break her fancy dishware in the kitchen. The kitchen. Doesn't matter anyway, I can't reach the latch.
A look of realization crept onto Luca's face.
There's 3 of us though.
All 3 kids snapped to glance at each other, then sprinted in turn toward the kitchen.
Book it. Alright, Rollo. It's your time to shine. Ah, yes. You called upon my expert detective skills. Now shall I proceed
Before
with?
he could finish, Luca scrambled up Rollo's back.
Little pyramid. Hey, this isn't my idea of detective work. Every squad needs a good lockpick. Every good lockpick needs a sturdy head to sit on. This is beneath my standing. Stop complaining, hold still. We're the Sherlock in this story. Got it.
The 3 crowded around the hutch to peer in. With the glass doors opened, a perfect porcelain display gleamed in front of them. Their eyes searched for anything amiss, but
Anything in there?
the only distinct feature was its impeccability.
Okay. Well, that's anticlimactic. Yeah. I don't really know what we were expecting. Like, oh hey, let me just yank on this random teacup and...
As Beck pulled on one
it
of the
gonna do something?
teacups, it slanted forward with a hollow click.
I really
The
did!
entire hutch began to rustle and slide under its own power.
Jeez, Gran. I think your Gran has been doing some remodeling. Dude, only 2 types of people have secret layers. Evil masterminds and superheroes. So, which one do we think she is? I'm really still hoping superhero, but I don't know. We're about to find out. Okay, so more of an unhinged conspiracist vibe. Oh, wow. Yeah, this cannot be good. Doesn't look like it. You need to look around before jumping to conclusions. I think it's like a bat cave. It could be good. Okay.
Luca jostled each cabinet drawer in turn. Only one was unlocked. He fingered through the filing cabinet, pausing at a bulging folder labeled Walter. For
Who's
a long
Walter?
moment, he just stared at it.
Is that your dad? What do you got there? It's my dad. With some of his old medical files. Dad was a doctor.
Luca nodded and caressed the label with his thumb.
Well, are you gonna read it? Here, let me help.
Rollo swiped the folder from the drawer and began leafing through the pages. He whistled to himself, barely looking at the text.
What are you looking at? What do you see, I should say? How about you actually read some of it? One sec. Flip. Dense documents such as this are a lot like a cheeseburger. It's best to skip straight to the middle. That's where all the meaty bits live. It's a good philosophy, I guess. Here we are. Follow-up examination of Terrence Wilby. Patient shows further signs of paleness and malaise. Body temperature continues to drop. He now describes soreness of muscles and joints. This is similar to the symptoms exhibited by Mrs. Wilby just a few days past. Still waiting on lab results from Joseph.
Rollo looked up with heightened surprise.
Could that be anything to do with the Valentine fertilizer? See? Creepy. Yeah, it's kind of disturbing. Who's Joseph? That's Mr. Nutcreed's name. Wait,
Rollo's finger traced across the page.
there's more scribbled in the margins. Could it be contagious? Mr. Wilby claimed the tap water at his home has been contaminated. Perhaps environmental. Lab results only raised more questions. It's like he came back to his report later and made those notes. This might be related to something else.
Rollo scanned through several more pages.
Here, the writing looks shaky. I just couldn't help her. The disease or whatever it is progresses so fast. And with his wife passing, Terrence's condition follows close behind. What is it? Exacerbated by the loss. Enough is enough. I need to take matters into my own hands. So maybe his dad died trying to save the town.
Luca, staring blankly at the cabinet this whole time, spoke softly.
What does it say next?
Rollo rustled the folder, trying to loose more pages.
That's where it ends. What? There has to be more.
Luca frantically shoved the remaining cabinet folders, trying to find another labeled Walter.
else in there? Luca, I think that's the only one. It's alphabetical, see? What did he mean? Enough is enough. How did he take matters into his own hands? This is bullshit.
Luca slammed the drawer shut.
Huh.
A spider web of string connected photos of people from the town,
Oh.
interspersed with hastily scrawled notes.
Well, she sure has kept herself busy. Is your grandma a serial killer? Hopefully not. Because I'm starting to get a vibe. Can you see it? Don't be ridiculous. Sure, she's just tracking the movements of everyone in town. Out of the kindness of her heart. She just cares about everyone. She puts little symbols by some of them. Yeah, Mr. Nutcreed has a check mark. Clipboards are all inside a big circle. Moms are both on here. Both with question marks. Well, we know Nutcreed's in on it. We know the clipboards are in on it. Beck's mom might be in on it. At least one of them is. In my world, she is. Gus Valentine has a question mark. Yeah, I don't suspect Gus Valentine of knowing much. Eris has a question mark that's been crossed out. Well, she is in on it. Mr. Kerr has a bullseye. He deserves the bullseye. The killer has chosen her next victim. We don't know what any of this means. Well, we know Kerr is in on it. I know he's the main person, so I don't think... I'm still gonna say Gran's innocent. Whatever it means, it's probably not good. But I don't know if she's still her grandma, though. What else over here? What do we have here? Barrels marked caution explosive. Does that help you, Grandma? And jam jars. That's enough jam to feed the whole town. She's at the festival. Is she gonna serve this? What kind of incendiary jam is your grand making? Ooh, incendiary. She would have made me walk around town delivering bombs. Right? I don't think so. Only one way to find out.
Rollo casually spun open a lid and
No.
dipped his finger in the jam.
Huckleberries.
He smacked his lips.
A hint of brown sugar and ink. What?
Rollo plunged his hand in
Yeah.
the jar, fishing out a soggy slip of paper.
She likes messages in there, yeah.
Rollo
Aha.
offered the slimy note to Luca and licked his fingers clean.
Addressed to Mrs. Fratelli. Okay. A grand jam gran. Oh, like a telegram. That's awesome. Says last night used the disguise Eris provided to scout the location. Disguise. Timing window should be possible. Operation Sparkplug is a go. There's so many possibilities. So Gran could be helping Eris Valentine. They're in cahoots to take down Perennial Harvest. Gran could be working with Perennial Harvest to destroy the town. Or Gran might not even be her Gran, and she's just here and happens to need an alibi, and she became our grandma. Oh man, are they doing a heist? Whatever it is, it can't be good. So more a bombshell than a bomb, am I right? You're near here, so let it slide. That I'm the bad joke guy around here.
They crowded around a worn-down old map of Beacon Pines.
Okay. Cool, this is like a treasure map. Not every old map is a treasure map, Orlo. Yeah, but every treasure map is an old map. Can't fault that logic. Look, there's even a pathway drawn on it. Starts at the entrance to town. And if we follow
Rollo
it,
carefully traced the path with his finger.
is there a house? It leads right to
He jabbed down at the end point.
town square. That's the fountain in the middle of town. What a weird place to hide treasure. Is that where, like, the polluted water is? Burl, it doesn't look like a treasure to me. End of the path on the map has the same symbol as those explosives over there. Oh! So it's not hiding treasure. A real bummer. Rollo, what's the thing you've been excited about for the past month? The festival. Gulp. Did you just say gulp? That's just like a gulp kind of situation. Everyone will be gathered near the center of town. She's gonna blow up the festival. Not Epi Stopper. What was that?
Luca looked up from the map.
Grandma, please don't come down here. What was that? What was what? No, I heard it too. That was the front door. Which means someone just shut the door. Which means someone's upstairs. Shh, quiet. Hit the lights. Oh my goodness! Okay, so I think I'm gonna stop it right here for today. And of course, as always, thank you guys so much for joining me. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Bye!